Testing. Testing. Hey everybody, welcome to another video on the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. In today's video, we're not mucking around here. I'm not going to make you wait. The player ratings have all been done. They've all been entered. I've made the adjustments. I've gone through each week. And today we're going to crown our champion, which I think we know who it's going to be. But also what we're going to do is we're just going to have a look at how the ratings played out, make some interesting observations, and it might give us some more context towards how the year played out, and maybe we can use this to compare it to what happens with the best and fairest. Now, for those of you who have no idea what this is all about, where you been? I have no idea where you've been, but basically every game I start a conversation about each player. I give them a rating between 1 and 10, and then everyone in the comments comes in and makes adjustments based on their opinions, and I've had a running tally going for every year. We've been doing it for a couple of years now. Last year we got the top 5. We nailed the top 3. I think 4 and 5 were interchangeable. So I think we might be close to what happens this year, but we'll see. Those of you returning, thanks for being a part of it this year. Look, let's get right into it. Here's your top 10. So as you can see here, very interesting. Fogarty comes in at 10th, Plowman 9th, Jones 8th, Betts 7th. We'll talk about that. Harry 6th, Sard 5th, Cripps 4, Kerno Ed 3, Wiedering 2nd, and Sammy Walsh comes in at number 1. No surprise there. My first observation, so I've just finished the table. I've got the link to a PDF below in the description, so you'll see every rating. Now, I've just finished the table, so these are actually my live reactions. As I go down, I'm not going to go through everyone, but I'm just going to go through some of the ratings for the year that are interesting to me. Now, Eddie Betts, again, I would probably suggest you open up this PDF in another tab and follow with me. But Eddie Betts, look, he came relatively higher than what I thought he would. And I guess what happens with this system is, naturally, the more games you play, the more of a chance you get at scoring more. So I think because he played the 19 games, which is quite surprising when you think about it, I think that helped his cause. Harry was on track to finishing in that top 3, but the final 2 games obviously just hurt him. Cripps as well. I was pretty surprised at how high he finished in the end. We'll see if this is how he finishes in the best and fairest. But I'm happy that he finished there because I know that he was criticised this year, but when you strip it back and you strip back the emotion, he didn't have a bad, terrible year. I thought he was a little bit better than last year. And I'm very interested to see how this all plays out. I think Wiedering coming in second, I would have guessed that before I did these and collated them. But the fact that he only finished 1 vote ahead of Ed Kerno is going to be something I'm going to have a look at next year. Now, last year, it was Wiedering, Walsh, and Kerno from memory. So we'll see how that plays out this year. Sardi, I think, he's the beneficiary of playing the 22 games. It's a phenomenal effort. And I think that's the other thing with Cripps as well. Say what you want about his year, but he showed up and he kept playing. And I think he takes pride in being out there on the field, which I think he needs some kudos for. Jones, I have a bit of a paranoia that we might have not graded Jones high enough. I feel like he'll finish higher than 8th, and I feel like he'll finish higher than Eddie Betts, just on my gut feel right now. Again, I didn't change the votes. I did them as they were, and I collated them at the end, and I did that for a reason, so I didn't let any biases creep into my mind as I was doing the ratings from week to week. Look, this probably will, who knows, it probably will be wrong. We'll see. This is just how it played out. Fogarty was an interesting one because Fogarty started hot. If you look at his first 5 weeks, he was hot. He was averaging, it was like 8.5 for his play ratings per game, and then he dipped off a little bit, had a chunk of the season from around 18 to around 22 where he didn't play. But I thought it was a relatively good finish. Now, Stocker's another interesting one. You'll see he missed the first 5 games, but one thing we haven't spoken about is from when he came into the side, he never left. And that helped with his scoring. He just kept rising and rising. He ends up finishing in 11th spot. Is that a little biased? Who knows? We'll see how that one plays out. Jack Silvani missed quite a few games as well. I think he missed the 5 games. He started sort of slow, was a little bit sore with the shoulder. Once he got back into the swing of things after the shoulder, I remember there was a patch of form here from, where was it? It was round 16 through to round 20, he was unreal. He had an 8, a 6, a 10, an 8, and a 10. Really strong patch of form. Doherty's the other one. He was having a really strong season as well before the the injury and before he was finished up for the rest of the season. So I think he would have finished pretty high had he played the 22 games. Newman's another one. He actually didn't do a bad job. I thought very similar to Stocker. He obviously missed the first 8 games because he was coming back from the injury. Once he came back into the side, he did a pretty good job, I thought. The other ones, it was good to see always play every game from when he came into the side, apart from those last 3. He had a good chunk of it there. Paddy Dow, he had a nice little patch of form as well. You can see he dipped off a little bit, but from rounds 15 through to 19, to round 20, he was solid. And that's kind of it. So these are the ratings. I don't know. I really do want to get your thoughts on them, though. I want to see, now that we've gone through the week to week and we've seen what we've seen throughout the season, and now there's quite a bit of emotion that's removed from the situation. What are your observations of this? I've only got the top 10 here next to me, as you can see, but I want you to go through the document and just provide some feedback. My first 2 things that I'm noticing are, I don't know if Eddie Betts will finish that high. We'll see. I think Jones needs to be graded a little higher, and I just wonder if Cripps will be in that top 5. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But I'm really interested to get your thoughts on that, and also any feedback for next year as to how we can alter the ratings to improve them, and sort of go from there. I don't know. There are times throughout this season where I wasn't sure if we're going to continue on with the player ratings, because it is very hard. But I think it's a nice exercise just as part of the closure. And I think once you see the table in its entirety, it's pretty cool to see the work that goes into it week to week. Very interesting to know. This might be a bit of a Brownlow cheat sheet for you for the games that Sam Walsh played very well in and scored the 10s. I would expect him to be a red hot chance for a vote or 3 votes, or depending on if we won the game. But he had quite a few games where he got a 9 or an 8. His average was so far above anyone else. It's amazing. 8.4 is an average. And we'll go from there. Congratulations to Sam Walsh. He is the Blue Abroad Player of the Year, and we wish him all the best for what happens next. I've got his signed Guernsey here. Might make a little framed item for him and see, he's got the All-Australian jacket now. He's probably going to win the best and fairest. So it's been a great year for Sam Walsh, and he keeps on going from strength to strength. And look, it's exciting. He's a youngster still. He's just finished his 3rd year, and he's really leading the way and leading by example as to how to play and how to train and how to present himself. And it's a credit to him. But anyway, we'll chat more about the player ratings in the comments, and we'll see what you think. Let me know. Let's have a chat about it and a discussion. Remember, these are not official. These are just the culmination of what we've done all year. And I'm excited to have the chat with you in the comments. So I'll leave it to you. And as always, go the Mighty Blues.